Beans contacted me early, so let's go get Beans in here for a conversation. I would like, can we get a test on Tim Cliff's audio and just see where that's at? And if somebody could just let me know. Beans, I have you in the chat room. You're live on air. This is the STEAM Growth Forum. If you could just share with me some of your thoughts on how we're going to grow this platform and where we're headed.
Hi, great. Thanks for having me on. Okay, well, I heard about this meeting through a post by Transisto, and it was sort of along the lines of Steam it, we have to talk, which I thought was funny. It's like I think there's a lot of issues with the network coming from a lot of angles. This particular post was mainly about the way the delegation of certain whales is being used, people paying for delegation and then people paying those minnows who have got delegated power for upvotes. And yes, it's increasing the amount of spam, as some people mentioned, and it's I think one of the major problems with the platform is right now curation is sort of being taken over by people who are paying for upvotes, paying for delegation, etc. So, I mean, we kind of have, like, I think Francis was trying to say in the post that we need to police the system with downvotes, or I'm not sure what way he was talking about, but personally, I think if we're policing the minnows by downvoting them, we're basically punishing the minnows for buying these upvotes and delegation off the whales, right? And we can't exactly prevent other whales from providing these services because it's a free market. But and it doesn't stop the whales from getting the money either. What we do is we prevent the minnows and whoever's buying the delegation from making their money back. So they've spent this money, and this is really affecting, I think, user retention. Sorry. So I think if we're charging for the upvotes and delegation, it's not going to encourage users to curate properly, especially because they have to make that money back, or at least that's what they think. Because minnows are not even incentivized. Minnows don't have a huge stake in the platform, so they don't have the same incentives as a whale to actually use the platform in ways that improve the network. The whales are the ones with the incentives to do that. So so my solution, anyway, what I propose, it would be that this is a free market, right? So certain whales are offering delegation and upvotes for money, for SBD, whatever. I think if we want to improve curation, you need to actually have better, offer something better to the minnows. We don't have the same incentives. So, I mean, one thing you could do is you could actually employ minnows. That's what the whales actually have the power to do. They have so much SP that they could select curators who would curate responsibly. They can keep an eye on the way that they curate. They can treat them as employees. They can remove the delegation if they don't curate responsibly. And responsible as in whatever it is the SB holder actually considers to be a good way to curate, right? Personally, I would say it's social, but
I can stop you there for a second. We actually have tools that let people do that, right? So at the Minnow Support Project, we have the community account called @MinnowSupport. We have people in here that have won a Medal of Honor from this place, one of whom is a developer by the name of @NetUoso. NetUoso built a program called MSP3K. MSP3K is a program that can store a private key, like a private posting key, and then give out other logins to a communal website so that you can all curate from that communal account without sharing the private key with everybody. Because a whale might not want to say, okay, here's my private key, go curate, but they could say, here's access to a program that has a hidden layer where the private key is in there. Now you can actually go upvote. Now you can curate. You can put limits on different people. NetUoso made that thing a public resource on GitHub. So now anybody that wants to go host their own community can use tools that have been developed within the Minnow Support Project to do community curation from those accounts. So we have tools to help people do exactly what you're talking about, because we believe in community curation and having a community account. We use ours to just upvote every single person on the block that wants it, which, maybe that doesn't work for everybody, and I get that, but it is a nice way to go help brand new people get started, and then brand new people go from not being all that great bloggers to getting just enough incentive to stick around so that they can actually become better bloggers and then actually put quality content on this platform. They don't always start that way on day one, but we can help them get there. So I like what you're
Yeah,
saying. We have tools to help people do it. It's called
this is the
MSP3K.
thing. Yeah, well, we even have the tools with the Steam network. The fact that you can delegate to people right now, it's mostly being charged, and hopefully those prices would at least come down, because I mean, right now the prices that they're charging at the people paying for them, they can't even make the money back if they try, and a lot of them are trying because they're not aware that what they upvote themselves with isn't even going to make back the money that they paid, or it possibly could, but it means self-upvoting a lot, and it means that it's not being curated by the network. It's just selfish upvotes, and it does mean a lot of spam getting through and a lot of things that people don't even want on their posts. So yeah, I kind of think if minnows had the incentives themselves, right? All they need is the delegation. If we had the incentives ourselves to curate more responsibly, that's what you'd see. You'd see a lot of curation of much more quality content, because that's what the whales want to see.
All
That's
right.
what.
Well, thank you very much for coming on the show with me. It's great to have you on. That was Beans. Beans is one of the founders and creators of the Votu community. Hopefully, she'll go put the link to that Discord community into chat down here. It's fantastic to have you on the show. The STEAM Growth Forum